I looked for recommendations from a couple of local people that I knew and was recommended Integrity Homes, and so we met with Mark. We'd actually intended to meet with a couple of builders, but we met with him on the first day and realised there and then that he was someone that we liked, that we trusted, that we felt we could work with, and we actually decided we didn't need to meet anyone else, that Integrity were the company we wanted to deal with, and they were fantastic.
We had a few unusual requests in relation to the build, primarily around using materials that were going to have a really long-term life cycle and require very limited maintenance over a 30-year period. I guess one of the things that we enjoyed most about working with Integrity Homes was the fact that whatever harebrained idea we came up with, they were more than prepared and willing to work with us to ensure that the unique products that we wanted were able to be incorporated into the home and came up to a very high standard. And one of the examples was the type of stairs that we wanted to use. I was a bit of a Pinterest surfer and found a lot of stairs that didn't actually meet Australian code, and they were things that I found very aesthetically appealing, but they were only going to be allowed to be built in countries like America and the UK. So we worked very closely with Integrity Homes to try and find solutions so that I could get the aesthetic appeal that I was looking for, but also meet Australian code.
For me, in honesty, everything. There's not a single room in the house that I don't love. I struggle to find favourites because it's just come up beautifully. I mean, in this location, to not love the deck, I think it's just about impossible. So the deck and the spa has to be right up there with some of the best, but the kitchen is magnificent. What's becoming my office upstairs, with the views I've got up there and the job they've done, I love it all, I really do.
Yeah, I think I'm quite a pedantic individual, and so not only did we want to use high quality products that were going to last for a long period of time, but we wanted them installed in a way that they did look like high-end products and were not only going to be functional but very aesthetically appealing. And I think what I've been really impressed with during the build is the quality of the build and all the subcontractors with their attention to detail. I was quite hard over on how I wanted some of our tiles in the bathroom to flow and for the grout to line up to give a very seamless look, and I was worried that I wasn't going to get the look I was wanting despite buying really high quality products. And the tiler just did an absolutely amazing job, and I feel that across the whole house. There is nothing that I look at that I don't go, there's an excellent level of attention to detail, a real quality in the craftsmanship, and I think that's what makes it such a joy when you walk around the house, is just noticing the little details that actually bring it all together to make it look and feel so amazing.
Oh, a fantastic experience. We found them brilliant. Our site foreman in particular, Justin, was absolutely first class. As Sandra mentioned, we weren't here on site very much. We were living in Canberra and only down here maybe once a month. And they were brilliant in managing everything that we wanted, taking phone calls, explaining when issues came up and things couldn't quite be done the way we envisaged them, explaining what the problems were to non-builders over the phone in terms that an idiot like me could understand, and explaining what the options were and recommending how we'd solve it. They were very accommodating of the difficulties we face through distance, brilliant in every regard, with us incorporating different materials. You know, we imported windows from Germany, which they'd not used before. Sandra came up with some cladding, some aluminium cladding they'd not used before, floorboards that hadn't been used before to accommodate the underfloor heating. It didn't matter what we wanted to do, they went out of their way to make it work and to help us through the process. I couldn't be happier. To be honest, we already have, I've got a colleague I used to work with in town here who's looking to renovate a house in Kiama, and I've already made the effort to put him in touch with Integrity. It's his choice whether he chooses to use them, but we've had nothing but a fantastic experience, and I think, in honesty, if we ever renovated a house again, we'd be contacting Integrity ourselves and hoping they'd be available to do the job. I'd have no hesitation in recommending them to anyone. They were great.
Yeah, absolutely. Without doubt. I would have to ask someone, if they choose not to go with Integrity, why not? Because certainly our experience was a very seamless and painless one, and I think the fact that we were wanting an all-encompassing service, particularly given that our professional expertise actually has nothing to do with the building industry. So we're incredibly reliant on appropriate advice and guidance to achieve the look and feel that we wanted in our home.